Hello, and a very warm welcome to you. We are so happy to have you here today. If you find this lesson helpful, we would be so honored to have you as part of our learning family. Please consider subscribing to grow with us. We are here to help you build a better future.
Hello, everyone. I am Jack. Emma, today's topic sounds a bit scary. We are talking about finance and investment. When I hear those words, I think of big buildings and people in expensive suits.
I understand, Jack. Many people feel nervous about money words, but finance is just a tool. It is like a garden. If you learn how to plant the right seeds, your future can grow. I will be speaking slowly and clearly so you can follow every word.
A garden? That's a much nicer way to think about it. So where do we start? What is the very first thing a beginner should know?
The first word is investment. An investment is something you buy today because you hope it will be worth more in the future. It's not just spending money, it's growing money.
Oh, so if I buy a book to learn a new skill, is that an investment?
Yes, Jack, that is an investment in yourself. But today we will focus on financial investments. Let's use a story. Imagine a man named Peter. Peter has $100. He doesn't want to just keep it in his pocket. He wants it to grow.
What does Peter do? Does he hide it under his bed?
No, he buys a small share in a company. Think of a share as a tiny piece of a business. If the business does well, Peter's tiny piece becomes more valuable.
So if I own a share, I am like a tiny boss of that company?
Exactly. You are a shareholder. Let's practice our first golden sentence for this. Slowly, an investment is a way to make your money grow over time.
An investment is a way to make your money grow over time.
Perfect, Jack. To our friends at home, take a deep breath. You are learning the language of wealth. It's okay if these words feel new. We're going to take it one step at a time.
Emma, Peter bought a share, but if the company has a bad year, does Peter lose his money?
That's a great question. That is called risk. Every investment has some risk. Risk is the chance that you might lose money instead of making it.
That sounds a bit dangerous. Why would Peter take a risk?
Because of the reward. Usually, if the risk is higher, the reward, the extra money you make, can be higher too. It's a balance.
High risk, high reward. Low risk, low reward. It's like a game of balance.
Yes, and the best way to lower your risk is diversification.
Diversification? That is a very long word, Emma. My tongue is stuck.
Let's break it down. Diversification. It just means don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Ah, so Peter shouldn't buy shares in just one company. He should buy a little bit of a fruit company, a little bit of a car company, and maybe a little bit of a tech company.
Exactly. If the car company has a bad day, the fruit company might have a great day. You are protected. Let's practice this golden sentence. It is smart to diversify your money to reduce your risk.
It is smart to diversify your money to reduce your risk.
Wonderful. You are doing so well. To you at home, are you repeating these words out loud? Speaking slowly helps your brain feel safe with these big topics.
Emma, Peter hears about something called the stock market. Is that like a grocery store where they sell shares?
In a way, yes. The stock market is the place where people buy and sell shares of companies. Prices go up and prices go down every day.
Sounds very busy. How does Peter know when to buy?
Many people try to time the market, which means they try to buy when the price is very low. But for beginners, the best way is long-term investing.
Long-term. Does that mean Peter has to wait 100 years?
No, but maybe 5, 10, or 20 years. Time is a magical ingredient in finance. We call this compound interest.
Compound interest. I've heard that before. Is that when your money makes its own babies?
That is a funny way to say it, but yes, your money earns interest. Then that interest earns more interest. Over time, a small amount of money can become very large.
Wow, so Peter just needs to be patient.
Yes, Patience is a superpower in finance. Let's practice a confidence booster sentence together. Slowly, I am a patient investor, and my money will grow.
Strong and clear. I am a patient investor, and my money will grow.
Feel that confidence, Jack. To our learners at home, you are not just learning English, you are learning how to manage your life. You are doing a beautiful job.
I am feeling much better about these words. They aren't scary when you explain them like this. But Emma, what about bonds? I hear people say stocks and bonds. Are bonds the same as shares?
No, they are different. We will talk about the difference between stocks and bonds in the next part.
I want to know, is a bond safer than a share?
We will find out very soon. Take a small breath, drink some water, and come back. We're building your financial future together.
Take a little break, everyone, and we will be right back to talk about bonds.
Welcome back. You are doing a wonderful job staying focused. Now let's answer Jack's big question. What is the difference between a stock and a bond?
Yes, Emma. People always say them together. Is a stock a piece and a bond alone?
Smiling. You are very smart, Jack. Exactly. When Peter buys a stock, he is an owner. He owns a tiny piece of the company. But when Peter buys a bond, he is a lender.
A lender? So Peter is like the bank. He gives his money to the company and they promise to pay him back.
Yes, the company or the government says, borrow me your $100 for 5 years. Every year, I will give you a little bit of extra money. Then, after 5 years, I will give you back your $100.
That sounds much safer than a stock. If the company stays alive, Peter gets his money back with a little extra.
You are right. Usually, bonds are lower risk than stocks. But remember our balance? Because they are safer, the return is usually lower too. I will be speaking slowly so you can hear the logic.
Return. That is the profit, right? The extra money Peter makes.
Exactly. The return is your reward for waiting. Let's practice a golden sentence about this. Stocks offer higher potential returns, but bonds are safer.
Stocks offer higher potential returns, but bonds are safer.
Excellent. To our friends at home, your mouth is learning how to speak like a professional. Keep going.
Emma, what if Peter doesn't want to pick just one stock or one bond? What if he wants a bucket of everything?
Then Peter looks for a mutual fund or an ETF.
Jack Sharon. ETF? Another code? What does that mean?
It stands for Exchange Traded Fund, but you can just think of it as a basket. Professional people pick hundreds of different stocks and put them in one basket. When you buy one share of the basket, you own a little bit of everything.
Oh, that is diversification made easy. I don't have to pick the winners. The basket does it for me.
Exactly, Jack. It is a very passive way to invest. Let's practice this shadowing slot. An ETF is a basket of many different stocks.
An ETF is a basket of many different stocks.
Very good. To you at home, are you feeling more confident? Finance is just about learning the names of the tools. Let's try a confidence booster sentence together. Slowly. I am learning the language of financial freedom.
I am learning the language of financial freedom. That feels so good to say.
It is true. Now, Jack, there's one more word Peter hears at the bank. The word is dividend.
Dividend. It sounds like a divide. Does the company divide its money with Peter?
Yes. When a company makes a lot of profit, they often share some of that cash with their shareholders. It's like a thank you check for owning the stock.
Wow. So Peter gets his share value and he gets extra cash in the mail.
Exactly. Many investors love dividends because it's passive income. It's money that works for you while you sleep.
Money that works while you sleep, that's the best kind of money.
It really is. But before Peter starts, he needs to understand inflation.
Worried. Inflation. I know that word. That's when the price of bread and eggs goes up, right?
Yes, inflation makes your money worth less over time. If Peter keeps his money in a jar, in 10 years he can buy fewer eggs with that same money.
So I invest because I want my money to grow faster than inflation.
Exactly, Jack. You want to protect your purchasing power. Let's practice this important sentence. Slowly. Investing helps protect my money from inflation.
Investing helps protect my money from inflation.
Great job! To our friends at home, finance is not just for rich people. It's for everyone who wants a stable life. You are doing a great job training your voice for a better future.
I am ready to learn more. But Emma, what about the broker? Is that the person Peter has to call to buy these things?
Yes, a broker or a brokerage app is the middleman. We'll talk about how to use an app and what a portfolio is in the next part.
A portfolio, like an artist's book?
Similar, it's a collection of all your investments. We'll explore that in just a moment.
Take a little breath, stretch your legs, and we'll be right back to build our portfolio.